So you're thinking of buying a home and moving to the Greenville, South Carolina area, and you want to know what area might be best. We're going to talk about one of those areas today, one of the most popular in the area, and that is Greer, South Carolina. We're going to be giving you the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, and all of the interesting facts about Greer. So stick around and let's see what all that Greer has to offer. Welcome to living in Greenville, South Carolina. We're going to bring you everything Greenville, Greater Greenville, upstate of South Carolina. Be sure to like and subscribe, and please comment. Let us know what kind of videos you want to see. We're going to put them on here. Thanks so much for being a part of this, and welcome to living in Greenville, South Carolina. If you are new to the channel here at Living in Greenville, South Carolina, be sure and like and subscribe and comment as well so that we can know what you'd like to hear more about. Moving right along to the pros and cons of Greer, South Carolina today, we have got 5 pros and 5 cons to bring to you. Now, I'm going to tell you, it was kind of hard coming up with a cons list, but we have a few that we can talk about. Right now, we're going to hop right to the pros. Number 1, it's the small town feel of Greer that makes it feel remarkable. That is a wonderful pro. We are a small community in which we say hello to each other. When you pass someone on the street, you smile, you wave, and you make conversation. Southern hospitality is definitely alive here as well and just brings a smile to your face in whatever scenario you might be in. Now, Greer has a population of around 38,836 people currently, and it covers about 23 square miles. So as you can see, it's not super crowded. It's just the right size. With that much acreage, we've got a lot of area that we can cover and still have a wonderful community, wonderful amenities, and not too crowded. Another part of that small town feel that makes it special here are the high schools in the area and Friday night football. We have that Friday night lights feel. We have high schools that are still small enough that they, on a Friday night, it's really a camaraderie, a family getting together, supporting the team, and just a wonderful feel and atmosphere in these high schools. The high schools are excellent rated. One of the best high schools in South Carolina is actually ranked in like the top 10. It's Riverside High School. It's actually located in Greer as well. So we've got some incredible opportunities here within Greer, still maintaining that small town feel. Part of the growth of Greer, even though we do have that small town feel, the growth that we've experienced over the last 30 to 40 years started in around 1992 when Bavarian Motor Works, BMW, picked Greer, South Carolina to be its one and only location for manufacturing the BMW vehicles here in North America. And so we are really privileged, honored to have them here. We've got some other great industries here as well, but Greer, when BMW came to Greer in 1992, they invested a large amount of money then. Over the time that they've been here, it's been a $12 billion investment. They continue to grow their facility here. They employ over 11,000 people, and that's not including all of the other industries that have come in to support BMW. So a large part of the economic success here in this area and the economic stability and the great job opportunities in the Greer, Greenville, Greater Greenville area are largely due to these wonderful industries coming in, especially BMW. And that has really set the course for where BMW has taken Greer across over the years. Now, one of the things that you'll want to be sure and check out is the BMW plant area. Actually, you can take a plant tour. You can go to the BMW Zentrum. You can also participate in the BMW Performance Center Ultimate Driving Experience. I highly encourage you to do that before you move to Greer or after you've moved here. You are going to love that experience. It is very exciting and something that everyone should take the opportunity to check out, especially if they're living in Greer, so they can appreciate how we've got this world-class facility there right here in Greer. Also, it's not very far from the Greenville Spartanburg Airport. Now, the Greenville Spartanburg Airport, GSP, is located in Greer. And that brings us to pro number 2, and that is the location of Greer. It is really in a wonderful location, nestled ideally and centrally between Greenville and Spartanburg, South Carolina. Now, the great thing is it's just about maybe 15 to 20 minutes to downtown Greenville, and not, I would say, 20 to 25 minutes to downtown Spartanburg. So either way, you've got other big box stores that maybe Greer does not have. They don't have the big warehouse stores, but those are both in Greenville and Spartanburg. Now, it's northeast. Greer is centrally located northeast of Greenville and just due west of Spartanburg. So again, it's just an ideal location. It really is wonderful. You're gonna find that you're maybe 15 to 20 minutes from just about anything right in the heart of Greer. And Greer has almost anything you could need. And we're gonna get into that in this next pro, which is pro number 3. Now, if you watched our pros and cons video of Greenville, South Carolina, you already know that Greenville has one of the top 10 downtowns in the nation. It's highly ranked and has been for many years because it is really a wonderful downtown space, but it's a much larger metro city as compared to the small town feel of Greer. And what I would say is that pro number 3 is that Greer has one of the best small downtowns in the whole state, I believe. It's absolutely wonderful, incredibly charming. And back in 2020, they started a renovation then. It may have even started around 2019. They were planning it out. They did an $11 million renovation to the downtown area, specifically at Trade Street, which is where most of the shops in the downtown area are located. And it is fantastic. It opened officially in 2021. We've got gorgeous brick-laid streets all the way down Trade Street. Beautiful transitions. The doors for each door front, they're all evened out. It goes door front to door front. It's really incredible. You've got to check it out. I would highly encourage you to spend some time in downtown Greer. You're going to need a couple of days. So you'll want to start because there's tons of restaurants, actually, all sorts of restaurants, all sorts of incredible shops. I'm going to give you a quick idea of some of the shops that we have in the downtown area. And that is the unique shoe store that's down there. There's a champagne bar and boutique. There's a couple of women's clothing boutiques. There's also a men's clothing and consignment store. Very cool. Then you've also got a kitchen and bath design shop. There's a yoga fitness studio in downtown Greer. There's also a holistic wellness spa. There's the Spinning Jenny, which is an entertainment venue. We also have a pediatric office. There is also there's a church down there. There's all sorts of opportunities. Fantastic antique stores also. There's one that's an antique store, but it also has new items. So it's actually called Plunder. It's a place that you'll definitely want to check out because you need to really look through everything and go there often to see what kind of new items she might have. Then we also have a comic book and gaming store. There's a cigar bar, which is pretty cool, actually. I have been there and it's very nice, well done. And then you've also got a wine bar and so much more. Next, I want to tell you a little more about all of the dining experiences you could have when you are in Greer. There are amazing cuisines and so many of them to be such a small community and a small downtown area. Now, this is mostly just downtown. This is not including all of Greer, which again covers 23 square miles. We're talking about just the heart of Greer right now in the downtown area. You've got American, North Italian, Mexican, an oyster bar and seafood, steakhouse, Jamaican, sushi, New Orleans Cajun style. There's organic, clean food, Southern, there's a cafe, there's also pizza, coffee, a couple of coffee shops, and a wine bar. Then you've got the brewery. Actually, you've got a couple of breweries downtown now. That's pretty exciting. There is a food hall, and there's even a custard shop, as well as some ice cream availability as well. You'll definitely want to check it out because when you're shopping, you're going to get hungry. Stop into these great venues. There's many that are sit-down places. There are some that you can go in and get some quick bites. You're going to love it. One quick note that I forgot to mention, we just had a wedding dress shop open in downtown Greer, and I'm going to tell you, I've window shopped. I have not been in it yet, but window shopping, it looks just absolutely beautiful. We also have an event space, a couple of event spaces in downtown Greer. So you definitely want to check that out. Many people have actually had their wedding reception at one of them. Also worth mentioning, in the Greer downtown area, you've also got Greer City Hall and Greer City Park. You'll definitely want to spend some time there. A lot of running clubs participate there, walking clubs. There's a huge amphitheater. So it's really an incredible public space for the public to enjoy. Everyone who comes into Greer can enjoy that space, and it really is beautiful. There's a covered patio area where you can have picnics, covered shelter. There's a playground. There's a beautiful pond. Absolutely wonderful. Number 4 is the affordability of living in Greer and the affordability of homes. Now, I just pulled the information today to see what homes are available for sale right now. I'm in January 24th, 2023, so this is just going to give you an idea of where it is right now. We've got listings in there, about 571 listings, and they are available from the price of $59,000, which is certainly going to be a fixer-upper, all the way up to $4.2 million, which is a gorgeous, breathtaking estate over in Greer near the BMW area. And it is a gorgeous southern estate that actually is sitting on like 25 acres of land. So it's very unique, very close to everything, and could be a dream property for just the right person or family. Now, along with those listings that we do have available, there have been 246 price reductions, just to let you know. That's kind of the market that we're in right now. We're seeing homes sit on the market a little bit longer than they did in 2022. Another interesting stat about the housing and the homes that are available, you've got a median list price of $336,000 versus the median sale price of $275,000. So there again, it's showing you how the market is shifting a little bit and prices are adjusting to the more of a normalized market. The great thing about living in Greer is that you still have the opportunity to get some homes that may have a little bit of land with them. Like there's many neighborhoods actually that have an acre of land or half an acre of land with the homes. Not everything is on just a small postage stamp lot. Now, we do have those available. If you want a property that has less land to deal with, you can get something with like 0.21 acres or something. There are also townhomes, condos, lots of choices here in Greer. And so when you're ready to make your move Greer, reach out to the Living in Greenville SC team, and we're going to be there to help you find the perfect home for you in this area. And pro number 5, there are tons of fun and outdoor activities that you can do in the Greer area. Everything from frisbee golf to soccer, football, basketball, whatever you've got that you'd like to do, there are opportunities to do that here in Greer with a number of different facilities like the Greer City Park that I mentioned earlier, which is a great venue for walking, running, even cycling maybe around the Greer area. There's lots of cycling in Greer and Greenville, by the way. And also you've got Century Park, which is got a softball and baseball field. Then you've also got the frisbee golf location there. It's a really great course. And also you've got Kids Planet. Now, Kids Planet, it has just been redone. It just reopened last year, and it is fantastic. Tons of updated playground equipment that your kids are going to absolutely love. I think the parents love it as well. They've even got a ground level trampoline now, as well as a zip line and a climbing wall. Fantastic opportunity, lots of fun outdoor activities that your kids and you are going to enjoy. Also, for kids in this area, the children that you may have that are in swimming or soccer, we do have a couple of incredible organizations. One is called SAIL, S-A-I-L. That is a swimming league that participates in all sorts of neighborhoods, not only in Greer, but all over the Greenville area. And it is really fantastic. It's a very competitive team. Tons of kids participate in this, swim in it, and compete in neighborhoods also that they may not even live in. You can actually be a part of some of these neighborhood teams just by signing up and being a part of the team. We've got some super popular neighborhoods here, including Sugar Creek. We've got Thornblade, we've got Silverleaf, all sorts of wonderful places that you could live. We're going to do a video more on the favorite neighborhoods in Greer coming later. Be sure and watch for that. The second great organization that we have that kids can participate in is called CISA, and it's a soccer organization here in the upstate, and that's definitely something that you would want to look into if that is what your child is interested in. I mentioned golf earlier. We've got several golf courses here, including a public golf course called Greer Golf, and it's really a great opportunity if you are a golfer or someone in your family is. It's playing golf in Greer is just wonderful. Now, we also have Top Golf. It is located in Greer, just off Pelham Road. Absolutely fantastic. If you've never been to Top Golf, please make sure to put that on your agenda when you're in town. And that wraps up the 5 pros that we have for you today. Now, there are so many things that we didn't even list today, so be sure and reach out to us. We want to tell you more about Greer. We'd love to show it to you. Plan a visit to Greer soon so that you can take a look at living in this great area of Greer. Now we're going to move right on to the cons of living in Greer. You may remember that pro number 1 was the small town feel. Now, what do you think that con number 1 might be? Also, the small town feel. If you don't like a small feeling town, if you want something a little larger, a little more metro feeling, you're not going to particularly love living in Greer because it is a small town feel, and that is a wonderful thing that we love, those of us that live here. But if you want the small town feel where you live, but you want to be able to quickly get to a large town feel, you could certainly hop right down to Greenville. Greenville is a metropolitan, world-class city, absolutely wonderful. And it's got a population of around 200,000, so it's not massive, but it's just large enough. The skyscrapers are just tall enough, and we really do love downtown Greenville. As I mentioned earlier, it having one of the top 10 downtowns in the nation. Falls Park is something you don't want to miss. You would be very close to that metro area. The small town feel is con number 1. Con number 2 is, however, we are getting congested quickly. There are many, many people moving into the Greer area. Earlier, I mentioned the population being around 38,865 people. We've experienced a 65% growth over the last decade. So we certainly are growing and evolving, and we do welcome everyone here. We hope you come here and you enjoy the Southern hospitality. Now, speaking of it getting congested, con number 3 is one of those that we are not proud of, but it's a fact. According to Insurify, it's an Insurify study that was done in 2018. Greer drivers are the worst drivers in South Carolina. Now, South Carolina as a whole does not rank great among the nation of drivers, but Greer is the number 1 worst drivers. We are the number 1 worst drivers in the state. So not one we're proud of. We need to improve, but it just lets you know that you want to drive defensively and just drive well yourself. The number 4 con of living in Greer, again, I'm telling you, I had to kind of reach for some cons. The number 4 con is that we cover a broad area. I mentioned earlier we cover about 23 square miles, which is fabulous, really, because then we're kind of spread out, but at the same time, we're kind of spread out. I mean, if you want somewhere that you can walk to a lot, you're going to have to get closer to the downtown location of Greer. There's a lot more walking distance to things there. Otherwise, you have to have a vehicle, and you could be, generally what I find is when you live in Greer, you're about 15 minutes from anything, no matter where you live, unless you're in that downtown area. So there's a lot of great opportunities to live close to things in Greer, and then there's great opportunities to live far out. You could even be as much as 20 or 30 minutes away from downtown Greer. Because we cover that wide area of space over that 23 square miles, it could take anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes to actually go from one side of Greer to the other side. And so it's quite expansive in that way. But now if you live near the downtown area, or even if you live up towards the north area, you're still not that far from the Greenville-Spartanburg Airport, which is located again in Greer, and it's a great location. The location of the airport is right near I-85, so you're going to be able to hop quickly on and off the interstate. So if you lived on the other side of the interstate, over in actually Spartanburg County, and that's one thing I haven't even mentioned, Greer covers part of Greenville County and Spartanburg County. But on that Spartanburg County side, if you're living on that side of I-85, then you're going to find that you're still going to be very close to the airport. So the proximity of the airport is very central to everyone and makes it really convenient to get to. And now we come to con number 5. And I put this last on purpose because I truly believe it's not entirely factual, and that is rumors of crime, high crime in our area, even for all of Greenville. I've seen articles saying that we're just this dangerous city, it's high crime, and really, when you look at the stats yourself, look up the FBI website, call the Greenville County Sheriff's Department, the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Department. You can call the police department in downtown Greer. Get the facts directly from the source. What I have found is that when I analyze it that way, and I'm looking at those facts from the FBI website, there is a very, very minute percentage that you could be involved in a crime, whether it's a property crime or a violent crime. It's a very, very small percentage. So when I looked up those stats for Greer, I found it was like a 0.23% chance of being involved in a crime. And that is a very different report than what I was seeing in some of the things that I see on the internet. I think sometimes people can skew reports to what they want it to say to kind of shock and awe us, to scare us. But I would tell you that I have lived in the Greenville, Spartanburg area since 1985. That's almost 40 years. And at no point have I ever felt unsafe. I've left my door unlocked many nights, and everything has always been fine. Again, people around here generally are wonderful. And of course, you've always got those few bad apples. But my best advice to you, if you want to know about the safety of living in the Greer, Greenville, greater Greenville area, reach out to local law enforcement yourself. Get it straight from the horse's mouth so that you know and you can make the best decision. Also, talk to people. When you come to Greer, talk to people that you meet. Talk to people to find out how they feel about living in Greer and living in the greater Greenville area. I think you'll find that it is a wonderful place to call home. And that wraps up our pros and cons list of Greer, South Carolina. So if you're ready to buy a home in Greer, reach out to us today. We have people reaching out all the time, every day, by email, text, phone call, whatever works for you. Reach out to us. We want to help you find the perfect home for you in Greer, South Carolina. And again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with everything, all things Greenville, South Carolina, and living in this beautiful area. And also like and comment. We really want to know what more we can give you and give you value on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you living in Greer, South Carolina.